Hey garden fans, so I am thinking of some different topics to do my videos on, and I really want to focus on soil very soon, but it just so happens that right now in the garden I've got some pretty intensive companion planting situations going on, and so I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about some of those systems and how I ideally try to work them into the garden. So I'm just going to do a quick video showing a couple of things that I've done. So this little section here is a ground corn. It is a Cherokee ground corn, and it was getting very badly attacked by something. I suspect rats, because I've got some rats with having the chicken coop here. So what I did was, you can see these big pretty corn. There was probably 3 times this many in this little corner prior to the carnage. So what I did was I planted a peppermint back in this corner. So that right there is a peppermint. That peppermint is kind of in the doorway to this path back here behind the greenhouse. So this building here is the greenhouse. There's this little entranceway back there. So I planted this peppermint because most things do not like mint, bugs and critters. They don't like to get around it. They don't like to smell it. They don't like to interact with it. So I thought, okay, let me put a mint right there, kind of in the walkway of that area. The other thing that I regularly do is plant marigolds. And marigolds are also another plant that nobody likes. Nothing likes. No bugs, no critters, no nothing. So this entire perimeter, can't see as much of it back there as well, but this entire perimeter is covered in marigolds. And that is something that I regularly do. I'm going to try to very nicely turn around here. There's a little bit of this going on here. That big plant with the yellow flower is dill. And then you can see not the ball white flower, well, you can't see it very well, but there's cilantro in there as well. But I'm going to take you over here and show you something that has happened with cilantro and dill. Cilantro, dill, and marigold are kind of known to be the basic 3 companion plants. So here is my cabbage. Now it is April. It is the end of April in southern Mississippi. Cabbage should have been done and over by now, but I planted it very late. But as you can see, there is very little predator pressure on my cabbages. Now I believe that is because I have these massive dill plants. So this pretty flower right here is dill, and this is going to turn into a whole bunch of seed heads. This pretty little flower right here is cilantro. And if you go down, you can see that the cabbage is all mixed in with the dill and the cilantro. There was some more dill and cilantro over here, but there are also onions mixed in there. And the onions are also another very aromatic bug and critter deterrent. The bugs actually ate my dill over here. So I lost 1 dill plant, but it still did its job in preventing bug predation. You can see there's very little, I haven't seen any worms, I haven't seen any cabbage moths, I haven't seen any predation on these plants so far. So this is a dill cilantro combination. This would have been even better if I had gotten these tiny little marigolds in there sooner, but I didn't. So that is at an intensive. You can see the onion is right in there with the cabbage, and over here that dill is right in there with the cabbage. And here we go again. The cilantro is right in there. I mean, they're touching each other in there with the cabbage. And so those dill, cilantro, marigold are kind of my 3 go-to recommendations for all people to add to their garden in a pretty intensive way. So the timing of these makes a difference, and we'll get into the timing and how you plant these and how you get them in the right order as the season goes on. But I wanted to just do a quick demonstration of some pretty intensive companion planting. Cheers!